Hasn't shot the three well at all this year.
No, he hasn't. He kind of last year shot it a little bit better. This year, off to the slow start. And when he's making that shot, though, his ability to put it on the deck makes him doubly dangerous.
Still, not a whole lot of guys faster than him on the ball. To Jordan from LeBron, and we've got the first basket of the game for DJ.
Well, I tell you, LeBron came out for this one very active to start the game offensively. Normally,
blocked by Metu. Rejected Jordan to bounce in a good one, and running the floor was Len to throw it down.
DeAndre Jordan was slow coming back after he had his shot blocked, and that's what gave them a man advantage.
The teams are a combined 2 for 14, make it 3 for 15.
Well, Russell Westbrook with his 15-footer.
Halliburton hangs in the air, was passing all the way. Drive, kick, where's the defense? Nowhere to be found, and Halliburton's going to drill that one. All rookie last year, Tyrese Halliburton.
Once they he had nobody to pass to.
A little wrestling match going on underneath. Now it's AD with Metu in front of him. Look at this spin by Davis! Reverse! Pure three-point assassin out there. Here is James with only one to shoot, gonna fire it mid-range, and it settles in.
Well, the Kings did the right thing by not really bailing him out, made him take a tough shot with the clock winding down, but LeBron makes tough shots.
Here's off night. Mitchell, nicknamed that because he's such a good defensive player, and the opposition, well, that would be an off night when you have to be guarded by Davion Mitchell. 5 to shoot for De'Aaron Fox, who has nothing but net from down
the three-pointer with ease that time over THT.
Lakers. Monk played a great game the other night. You mentioned it, so did Ellington. Those two are the unsung heroes. This guy was the front and center hero. Yes, sir, the king.
Well, it's just like the bounce in his step to start the game.
1-2 Euro step. Beautiful move that time, and laying it up, but he couldn't secure it. Now at the other end, it's Mitchell hanging, missing, and Davis has the follow, and the Kings have the lead.
Turnovers get the Kings out into transition, and that's where a guy like De'Aaron Fox, along with others, want to live.
Last year, Davis split his time pretty evenly with Toronto and the Kings. AD, Jordan underneath. Throw it down, big fella.
That's what happened.
Will shoot.
Everything's a green light for Buddy.
Get the basketball, fire it up. THT from downtown. De'Aaron Fox with the dribble. Now we'll bring it back. This is the start of 4 out of the next 5 at home here for the Lakers. Little step back for Fox. THT and Malik Monk on the floor. Davion Mitchell with control of the basketball. Already a good one-on-one on-ball perimeter defender. Buddy Hield 0 for 2. Underneath, we're going to get a whistle. And that's no bucket on the shot by Marvin Bagley, the third, who is back now in the rotation. Only played 3 games when Luke was the coach, but Alvin Gentry has played him now in all 3 games that he's been in charge.
You have to be aware of him coming in, too, because he's got the ability to do what he just did there. That's attack the glass and then do some damage on the interior.
Well, the Kings are definitely shorthanded. They're missing one of their best players in Rashawn Holmes, who's really played well in the middle. There's a shot, baseline, and down it goes for Jones. And you know him, Damian Jones. Remember, played 8 games for the Lakers.
Yeah, a highlight guy who loves to block shots, loves to take the lob. That time, a nice little turnaround jumper.
Blocks and dunks. It's a good combination from Vanderbilt, Damian Jones. Out now to Malik Monk. Unlimited range, Malik Monk. Here he is. And it's basically all Sacramento uniforms under there to take it away from Dwight Howard. Dwight played a solid game the other night in Indy, despite the fact he played minimal minutes, as do both of the centers, the two-headed monsters in the middle for the Lakers. They don't play big minutes. Minute 10 to go here in the quarter. Free reign that time for Jones. He lost control of the basketball, but a whistle.
Yeah, he was getting ready to flush that one. He had got his defender out of position and then put it on the deck. And we talked about what kind of a high fly act he is as he goes to the line to see if he can give the Kings the lead.
Remember an original pick by Golden State during their championship era. Damian now in his 6th year in the NBA. So this Sacramento team, they come in 7-12. They're 11th in the West. They're 2.5 back of that logjam. Memphis, Denver, Minnesota, and the Lakers. They lost a 4th quarter lead that they should have won. They should have won this game against Philly the other night. Philly was without 4 starters, and they couldn't get it done. But they finally closed one out the other night.
Well, that last free throw he shot barely hit the rim. Those are difficult to rebound if your hands aren't in the ready position, and the Lakers weren't, and it went off of THT's shoulder, and they get another possession.
Coming up on a minute to play in the quarter. First of 4 meetings between these two division rivals. There's Buddy, as you mentioned, taking it to the rim, and he'll get free throws. New part of the game.
Well, he's worked on that the last couple of seasons. He's done a real good job. You know, when you're one.
Buddy Ball. We talked about how he's so effective off the bench, right near the top at 17.5 a game. He had 21. He didn't have 22. He had 22 the other night against Portland to lead them. They had 7 guys in double figures in that game that they beat the Blazers.
Both teams are just struggling from the field and struggling from the free throw line. The Lakers 1 out of 4 from free throw line, and the Kings are 2 out of 6.
Yeah, whatever the Lakers are throwing up there, the Kings are uglier. The Kings are 2 for 12 from downtown. That's going to be way short. That wasn't pretty. The 15-footer by Russ didn't draw iron.
15-footer went 14 feet.
That's right. 18-17. What an exquisite piece of offensive basketball so far that we're seeing. Lob underneath, got it. That's a good little runner. It's Davion Mitchell. Again, he went to Auburn and Baylor both. Russ, boy, he was looking for that whistle, and he got it.
That's a kind of a play where if you're defending a perimeter guy, if you're a King defender, and you got Damian Jones back there, you just try to stay in front. Once they get into the act of shooting in the paint, stay down. Let your shot blocker take care of it as a secondary defender.
He got to the free throw line, Stu, quite a bit the other night, did Russ. In fact, he had 9 made free throws, which tied his season high.
Not only did he have them, he made,
yeah,
you know,
9
that's
of 11.
the key. He got there, and he was making free throws.
Yeah, 9 out of 11. For a guy who is shooting 70% on the year. That's tapped right to Russ. Russ going towards the rim again. Popcorn machine, foul by Buddy Hield.
Again, there was Damian Jones just waiting in the wings for him to shoot it. You just have to stay down on that case, on that play.
And I'll send it right back at him. And Lakers can even it up here. And we'll have one more opportunity for Sacramento. There's a 1/10 of a second separating the shot and the game clock.
Lakers make this, there it should be 50% from the free throw line. Be an improvement over what has been going on in this game.
So Kings will work for the last shot. Kings are 4-5 away from home, 5-9 in the conference.
Especially the day after Thanksgiving, sometimes that second half is when you really start to feel good. As you mentioned, you get a little bit of that turkey out of your system.
Mentally and physically. Here is Buddy Hield. So he still hasn't struck gold, and now the quarter is over as Carmelo